DJI's latest drone, the Mavic 3, $2,199, is the follow-up to a pair of models from 2018, the Mavic 2 Zoom, $1,249, and Mavic 2 Pro, $1,729. Now, let's start with the pros of owning a Mavic 3 Pro. This quadcopter sports a dual-lens camera that nets stunning wide-angle views, along with a slightly less impressive telephoto camera for tighter perspectives. Size: a slim, folding design defines the drones in DJI's Mavic line, and the Mavic 3 doesn't deviate from that formula. It's a decidedly small aircraft and takes up about the same amount of space in a camera bag as a typical 70-100mm f2.8 zoom lens. Folded for storage, it measures 3.6 inches in height by 3.8 inches in width by 8.4 inches in length. It weighs about 2 pounds, heavy enough to require federal registration. Safety: there are 8 sensors in total, 2 each facing forward, backward, upward, and downward. The front and rear sensors are angled outward, so there's no need for dedicated port and starboard cameras. The Mavic can sense obstacles coming from any direction. In our first round of testing, it worked as expected and was accurate enough to warn me of a vulture circling above at one point. DJI says that the sensors can sense objects as far as 656 feet or 200 meters away. Bed obstacle detection is good news for safety-conscious pilots. There's less chance of an accident, and the more sensitive sensors improve automated return-to-home functionality. The drone is better able to map the environment and uses that data to plan a smarter path back home. Battery: a reliable battery is just as important as signal strength. The Mavic 3 uses a new flight battery, one that promises to deliver up to 46 minutes of flying time on a full charge. Those numbers are in ideal conditions, and in our tests, the battery fell a little shy of estimates. Camera sensor: the camera sensor size in the new Mavic 3 is more than 3 times the one found in the 2016 Mavic 1, which allows us to record amazing footage, even in low-light conditions. Apart from that, it includes a second camera capable of using a 28 times zoom, which is very useful. The obstacle avoidance system has also been greatly improved, from having only 2 sensors front and down to being omnidirectional. We will talk later about how it performs. Range: the Mavic 3 has doubled the range if compared to the Mavic 1. This feature has not been tripled, but a 15 kilometers range is more than enough for the vast majority of flight operations. The speed has also been almost doubled, and again I feel that flying at 68 kilometers per hour, 42 miles per hour should be enough. Now let's talk about the cons. First of all, we have the price. I know you might have heard it before, but let's face it, the DJI Mavic 3 is not for everyone. This is not a $500 drone like its smaller brother, the DJI Mini 2. This is a product designed for professional use, and therefore it comes with some features only found in top-tier drones. Problem here is that the new flagship consumer drone from DJI costs 3 times more than the first Mavic. Therefore, everyone would assume that the quality of the product would have tripled in every aspect. Limited options: DJI offered several different packages according to the needs of their customers. Everyone would win, but the options seem to have been chosen poorly and are also limited. For instance, the DJI Mavic 3 Fly More combo comes with the $319 carrying bag, but what if you don't need that bag? It also comes with a lens that costs $179, for a total of $498 that you would be paying extra for some things that you may never use. Blind spots: The reason why Mavic 3 crashes using its obstacle avoidance system is that there are blind spots and an issue with the display, as we can see from the illustration in the user manual page 20. There is an important blind spot cone facing forward in the upper part of the aircraft. This 3 to 5 foot blind cone could explain why the drone is jumpy when flying slowly. DJI specifically promoted the system in an official video showcasing a Mavic 3 avoiding trees in a forest, which is exactly the type of scenario where the drone could fail due to the blind spot. Not cool. SD card placement. Luckily, not every Mavic 3 issue is something serious, like the blind spot in the obstacle avoidance system. The drone design is outstanding indeed. I can only imagine how much work it must have taken to produce a product like this. Nonetheless, it is not perfect, and one example of that is the SD card placement. This is not a big deal, but sometimes you need to remove the battery to be able to take out the SD card, and I feel like this issue could easily have been avoided. Controller. From a minor problem to another that is being well discussed on the forums and YouTube, the controller has a lot of users angry about it. When you pay $2,199 for a professional drone, you expect it to come with a remote controller much cooler than the one included in the $449 product. The reality, though, is that the Mavic 3 uses the exact same controller as the Mini 2. But wait, there is more. It does not include a button to switch between the two cameras, has no zoom wheel, and is not even the same color as the drone. In short, it feels like they have been lazy about it. Let us be honest here. How long does it take to paint it? In conclusion, not everyone needs a high-end drone, of course, and while it's easy to justify the Mavic 3 cost for an independent film, many of its features are available in more affordable aircrafts. Vloggers, YouTube influencers, and aerial photographers can turn to the DJI Air 2S and its 1-inch sensor camera for around $1,000. It doesn't offer every capability of the Mavic 3, but we're very happy with the results from it. If you're on a tighter budget, meanwhile, the Mavic Air 2 at $800 is our top pick among mainstream consumer drones.